Hey there, it's Patrick. It's Friday. It's raining out. Thought I'd tie a fly. This is the RIO's Skater Tot. It's a fun dry fly. It's kind of like a mix between a chubby Chernobyl and a tilt-wing dun. Some black thread. We're going to do black and purple on this one. It's a Tiemco 9300. This one happens to be a size 12. We're going to leave a little gap up front and some purple ice dub to kick this off. I always try to guess the amount that I'll need without having to add or subtract, but we'll see how I do. So we're going to come forward, back. Keep the body even, go down to the barb, and we're just going to come right back up here to the point, even with the point. Get it? All right, next you need some black 2mm foam. Quick way to determine how wide you want it is just, put it up against your hook point and your shank. That gives you a nice width measurement. So I'm going to trim this just so it's slightly longer than my hook itself on both ends. Trim one end to a point, leave the other end square. So right there where it's even with the barb and about even with the end of my triangular cut here, I'm going to lay this in so that the pointed end of the foam is just sticking slightly past the bend of the hook there. Couple securing wraps. Then we're going to get a little bit more ice dub going here. So with this, we will take it over the top, and then we'll work our way forward. Now we'll fill in this slight gap here at front of the eye, or behind the eye. I don't like it. There we go. Okay, so just to give this some durability, a little bit of the super sauce there. Now we will take this foam down, keep it centered, couple of loose wraps, pull up, pull down. So then you end up with a nice secure body there. Stays on top. Next we want to tie in our hackle. This serves as the legs of the fly, gives a little bit of balance. There's a shiny side and a dull side. We want the dull side facing up. So I'm going to secure that right in that groove there. And I'm just going to kind of bring it off to my near side a little bit so it's easier for me to do my next step, which is bleached elk. So we'll gather up our fibers we want. If you don't have a comb, I just hold them by the tips Just kind of hit them with my scissors, loosen up that under fur, twist it back and forth with my fingertips while I'm doing it, and that typically cleans them up pretty quickly. A comb is better, but this is the quick and easy way. I'm going to slide this into my Loon hair stacker. So we want the tips of these to just extend just slightly past the bend of our, or the end of our foam here. I take a couple wraps up through these and moving my thread in front of them. Now I'm going to just make sure all these hairs are sticking straight up and kind of leaving me a room here. And now I'm going to start bringing my feather around. Kind of just treating all this deer like a parachute post. You notice I started pulling it towards me when I started, and that's because when I get to this point, I pulled it snug, and now as I pull forward on my thread, I'm also keeping tension on it. And that helps lock it in a little bit. Now, this is when you have to be careful. Move the fibers out of the way you don't want to cut. Reach in there and trim out your stem. Now I will just lift up, move my thread underneath here, whip finish. All right, so now we just have to do this trim. So I try my best to separate out. If you leave these butts longer than your wing, it's a little easier to keep them separated out. There'll be a few stragglers here and there, but do your best to separate all the players here. Then we're just going to slide our scissors down. Trim those pretty close to the top of the hackle without hitting the hackle. Got one. Maybe two. Okay, so then this would be a good time to take your head cement, drop it right down the middle of that so that it can soak in and lock up your hair fibers, your hackle, and your thread. If you still see any other butts in there, which I still see 2 more now, 3 more. Anyway, you get the idea. Trim those out. And there you have it. RIO skater tot, black and purple, or just call it purple. Beautiful little dry fly, super fun to fish. Happy Friday.